C-A-S-T. Know what that means. Everybody remembers what it means? What's positive down here? Cos. All. Sine. Tan. Why is tan weird? Because it's negative divided by a negative to make a positive. Yes? What does sine equal? Y over radius. Cos. X over radius. Tan. Y over x. What's the radius? That's r. R equals the square root of what? X squared plus y squared. What is special about r? Other than it's a pirate's favorite letter. It's not his worst letter. The worst letter is C because he spends years at sea. R is always positive. Any questions to there? Hey, Mr. Whitman. Sure. No problem.
How's your, hi, what class is this?
Pre-Calc 11.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Hardcore stuff.
Hey, Mr. Whitman, you're a pilot.
Yeah.
Do you need to know how to read charts and distances and directions?
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, that's the one thing we do. We don't need to know calculus at all, but we do need to know that stuff.
Hey, Mr. Whitman,
Life and death, actually.
Do you sail a boat?
Yep.
Do you need to know angles and directions?
Yep.
Wow! 2 real-life examples of the trig we're doing right now. It's almost like Mr. Whitman and I planned this, but we didn't because that's just what the real world is like.
Yeah, you probably need to have a good understanding of it. I don't know if you're going to have to do all the calculations.
Shh! Damn it! He stayed for 1 sentence too long.
Damn. I wrecked it all.
After the zombie apocalypse... Actually, you guys, I read a really good book about this. Society breaks down in North America, but not like Walking Dead breaks down. Like people are still kind of okay, just communications are out and money's collapsed and everything. But people still got to move goods and services around. So guess what they start doing? Sailing and doing this trig to get where they're going.
Hey, I will tell you where some of this complicated math that works out real well is space travel.
Space travel.
Space travel.
We're going to NASA.
Yeah. You know how the guys got to the moon and back? They sighted stars from their spaceship.
From their spaceship.
Yeah.
Using angles.
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 It's all about the angles.
All about the angles.
Know your angles, kids.
Know your angles.
So this is pre-calc.
Yeah, we're just reviewing for their big test.
The one thing I will say, and I will say many things, but this is one thing I will say, is that probably the most useful, next to statistics, a good solid knowledge of the trig is the best thing you're going to learn in math, in my opinion.
True story.
My humble opinion.
True story.
Followed by, but encompassing all of that is your algebra, at least being able to solve for an unknown in a ratio. Done stuff. Hey, where did you get this? Who's next?
My daughter gave it to me.
Did she make that at school?
She did not make that at school. She found it, but she knows that that is a thing I personally believe, and she bought it for me. She did make me that one, but when she was like 3.
Oh, okay.
She seems to think I have a lot of papers that need weighing down.
I just wondered because the students made Mr. Shippets a really nice on a piece of slate because he's into rocks.
Yeah, he's into rocks. He collects rocks.
They used the laser printer and they engraved a thing, his name and stuff on there for him. Except they spelled his name wrong. Whoops. It's the thought that counts.
It is the thought that counts. Kind of like when you get a tattoo that says...
Yeah, that rock got a tattoo that's not coming off.
Yeah. Okay. What did we get to? Where's theta? Right or left of that terminal arm? Right. Theta. What's this? Reference angle. And lastly, sine law. Do you have to have it memorized? No. Cos law. Do you have to have it memorized?
No.
Kind of. Only one part of it. Which part?
Oh,
You have to know the reverse part. That you get. If you need cos C by itself, you got to be able to algebra that. Yeah? Yeah. What are the tricks that I can throw at you? Ambiguous signs, right? If your calculator gives you an answer in this question, 21, 14, 39, 40, 46, 29, and you do this trig, and you get, that would be 46 and 29 would be 75. This would be 105. If you got this to be 95 after you did sine law, would you hand me that in? Of course not. Why? Because it has to be 105, doesn't it? And sine of 95 and sine of 105, or sorry, 85. Sine of 85 and sine of 95 are the same thing, aren't they? That's what I was trying to get to there. Everybody cool? Your answers still have to make sense. And that's it. Oh, directions. Everyone's cool with directions, or do you need to see it again? 2 ways to do directions. That is either north angle east in there, or it is east angle north in there, or it is some number 0 to 90. I should have written that a third color. Blue, red, green, gray. It is 0 to 90. Everybody good? Okay, so now I'll do a second one. Do exactly what I just did there for this orange line. What would this be? What would this be? And what would this be? What's the orange one? East, angle, south. What's the purple one? South, theta, east, because I'm being lazy now. And what would the heading be? Between what and what?
360 and
90 to 180. What would this one be? South, theta, west. And what would this one be? West, theta, south. And what would the heading be? 180 to 270. And lastly, what would this one be? North, theta, west. And what would this one be? West, theta, north. And 270 to 360. If I turn at the end of any one of these lines, what must I draw? If I walk down this orange line and then change directions here, what must I draw? Another one of these. And start from scratch. Everybody understand? Everyone is Gouda? Gouda for grapes? All right. Your test is tomorrow. Let's call it Wednesday. Class goes for another 24 minutes. I have place equal value on both of the next things. I can do the very first easy lesson of financial math, but I won't get through all of it. Or you can go back and look at a bunch of those review trig questions that I didn't assign to you. What do you want? You want to go back and look at some trig? Great, go. You have 24 minutes. Yes. You know, I've never thought of doing this before. Was this useful? Yeah. I'm going to move that to the very first lesson on this stuff. I've never thought of doing that until right now. Because I'm always able to see it. This is good? Okay. Well, of course you do. Just stick some toothpick in there or something to check the sun. Yeah. That was my favorite, that gag on Flintstones where somebody checks their watch and it's a little tiny sundial on it.